Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to The Beast On. It's my YouTube channel. I am The Beast, Brian London. What's chaka-lacka-lacka-lackin'? Hey, if you hear the sound of my voice, if you're seeing this round, rotund face right now, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get up the subs, man. That's what they say. Get the subs up to 1,000. That's what I'm trying to do. So please, subscribe to the channel. I promise, listen, there'll be something for you. Whether you're into sports or whatever it is you're into, I will have something for you. I go all over the place in my diatribes here on the YouTube channel. So please subscribe. Hit the bell. That'll notify you when a new video is up. Follow me on the social at Miami Radio Beast. That's on the IG and the Twitter and the TikTok, but I don't do much on there. You know who does a ton on TikTok and who's brilliant at the TikTok, even though the Chinese have all of his information? That's my son, Zach. He's 12. He's a little beast. He's better than I am at all of this. So follow him on the TikTok at Zach, Z-A-C-H, randomizing things. Follow the kid at Zach, Z-A-C-H, randomizing things. I promise you, you will not be let down by my son's TikTok page. All right, this video is coming at you just as the nation's capital has taken a turn. No, it's not election time. Not yet. It's because their football team will indeed have a new name. Dan Snyder announced that the team is retiring its name and logo, and they are on a hunt for a new one. And this is where we get into the argument. And listen, I know a lot of people are trying not to use the name of the team. That team from Washington. They're the Redskins. I'm not afraid to say it, but I am very happy they're deciding to change it because it's stupid. I shouldn't say every other. We've seen it in college, except for the Seminoles, because they have some sort of agreement with the Seminole tribe of Florida that it's okay to use that name. We saw St. John's change their name. We saw Syracuse change their name. I think Miami of Ohio, a bunch of teams have changed their name because they were. It was a name that, frankly, did not do justice to Native Americans. And I know there's a lot of you that are happy, and a lot of you that are like, "Oh, cancel culture, have to be politically correct," and. I get where you're coming from, but here's my take on this, right? We progress as society. We don't stand still as a society, right? Things like we have, how I'm filming this video is on my phone, right? Whereas 10, 15 years ago, I couldn't even conceive of doing this way. 15 years ago, there was no thought in my mind that I'd be able to record a video of length on my phone, upload it wirelessly in a quick time to my YouTube channel that you're probably watching on your phone. Couldn't conceive of it, but we make strides as a society. We move forward, right? I mean, 15 years ago, my TV was a flat screen and still 5 times thicker than the TV I have now. We move forward as society. We progress as society. And just because something may have sounded right or was right when it was initiated or started, decades ago, does not necessarily mean that it's right now. And that's just the nature of society progressing. I mean, when I was first started coming down here to South Florida, I started coming down here when I was months old because my mom's family's from here. My mom's from here. My mom was born at Doctor's Hospital. So I've been coming here my whole life, despite growing up in Boston, and then obviously came down permanently in 1994 to go to the U. But when I started coming down here, it was not out of the ordinary to even hear my grandfather or people around, used the S word to describe Hispanics. It was like a part of the lingo. And now if you did that, you'd get your clock cleaned, right? Do people still say clock cleaned? I don't think so. It's just, we progress as a society. We don't use the N-word anymore. There's just things that as a society we progress and we just realize, all right, what was once looked at as okay is not okay now, right? Unfortunately, growing up on the playground, back in the mid-'80s, it would be pretty rampant on the playground if, your buddy wasn't playing the game right to be like, you bleep, as a homophobic slur, right? You would use that. Or that's gay. And you wouldn't even correlate one to the other. Oh, that doesn't mean what it did. But you don't do that anymore. Why? Because we've progressed as society. So for Washington to wake up and be like, listen, Redskins is kind of freaking demeaning to the real Americans. Maybe we shouldn't use it anymore. I think is perfectly acceptable. And let's be honest. What are we talking about? This isn't brain surgery. This isn't like the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This is a sports franchise. We're talking about a sports franchise, right? So, what are we holding on to? At one point, wasn't my baseball team like the Red Stockings? And we changed that to Red Sox. Teams have changed names. It's okay, right? Relax. It'll be okay. Listen, the Redskins are a storied franchise. They've won Super Bowls. They've had amazing players, and that's all great. None of that changes because you change the name of the team, right? That doesn't change. Teams change names all the time. Teams change locations all the time, right? There's no reason to get hyperbolic and out of control because Washington's deciding to change their team name as if we don't have a team in Washington named the Redskins, then we're just not a damn country anymore. Stupid. Don't be stupid. It's a sports franchise. It's for entertainment. Yes, a lot of us take it very seriously and gamble heavily on it, but it's really just for entertainment. It will be okay. At one point in time, my niece, Karina, she used to love the noggin. Guess what? Noggin turned into Nick Jr. We all adapted. It's okay. Was that a good example? I don't think it was. But you see what I'm saying? We don't have to hold on to things of the past because they were right or considered right decades ago. So whatever they decide to call the team, whether it's the Washington Warriors or the Washington Sentinels or whatever, whatever they decide is better than Redskins and probably not demeaning to an entire group of people that were actually the original inhabitants, that's not a word, inhabitants of this land that we're on right now, at least if you're in the United States watching this. I don't think I have many viewers from across the pond or in other countries, but maybe I do. And if I do, tally-ho. I don't know why I did that either. So, listen, good for Dan Snyder. I think he's a shitty owner anyways, but good for him. I'm sure they'll find a name, and you'll be okay. You'll be okay, DC fans. You'll be okay. You'll still have a football team. They'll still play that football that you love. You can still wear your pig noses if you want. It's okay. We're not taking your franchise from you. We're simply just progressing as a society and doing what's right. So get over it, okay? Get the hell over it. Meanwhile, that'll do it for this video. Please come back. Now, my son says that I need to, do more editing and add visual effects and, all this stuff. And I don't know necessarily if that would help or not. Maybe it would. Let me know in the comments. I mean, certainly you're not watching these videos for my fat face. I think most of you are probably doing what I do when it comes to this stuff, is listening more than you're watching. If you want fancy graphics and effects, I can certainly plug it into iMovie and do that. I just like, I like the idea that when I get a thought in my mind, I can, boom, record a video in my guest bedroom and upload it within, minutes, and boom, there, it's up and good to go. Rather than having to, take it to post-production in iMovie and start adding all these effects and impacts, and then it won't be done for 2 days, and then, who even knows if the video is relevant by then. So, but if you really want it to be snazzy, feel free to chime in the comments. Otherwise, follow me on the socials, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my kid's TikTok at Zach Randomizing Things, and thank you, Dan Snyder, for finally getting some common sense. I'll see you when I see it. Peace.